Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your girl, it's Hattie, and you are watching Ladies in the Locker Room. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. And I have a great show lined up for you tonight, if I don't say so myself. As you all know, last month was Women's History Month. Of course, that's my birthday month as well, March. March birthdays. Happy birthday to all my March birthdays out there. And so we're going to get started pretty soon here. First of all, I definitely want to say that as I was doing the research for this particular show, I did come across some very interesting things. Women have been making history. I mean, I don't know if the shutdown from COVID did it. I don't know what happened, but there was so much history that I found that I didn't know about. And I'm going to be sharing with you tonight. And it just amazed me at the things that a lot of these women, especially these young women, were doing. And we hear about a lot of things on the news, but we all know that not everything makes the news. So that's why you got to do your research. So I knew about some of the things, and we all knew about Katanji Brown. We knew about her, but there's a lot of other things that have happened. Um, 2022, and now this is the beginning of 2023. So I want to say 2022, and also some of it from right now. Uh, these young women, and I'm trying to get rid of some of my shadows here. Forgive me, forgive me, forgive me. And then these young women that I found, the history that I did find, it really did amaze me at some of the things that had happened that I didn't even know about. And I'm wondering if you guys know about it either. Uh, and how are you? Are you ready for spring? I'm ready for spring, summer, all of it. I'm okay with leaving the cold behind. We're going to take our first little commercial break, and then we'll be right back and we'll jump right into it. All right. Well, first I want to do is I got to pull in this video file because it was so much to talk about. So much going on, and so much women's history that was made. Uh, well, how they say I want to create a video about it. Want to hear it? Well, here it go. All right. All right. First of all, we want to talk about, you know, Women's History Month, as I said, 2022 and 2023. The first thing we've got to talk about is my girl. You know what? BJ is back. Our girl, Brittany Griner, is back. We all know that Brittany spent 10 months behind bars in Russia, in the cold in the jail cell, where she was accused of doing something which all along we were saying, that was probably just a political thing, because Russia was at war and wanted the United States to get involved. But Brittany's back. Brittany's back. She's in training. She's ready for the WNBA. She's going to be returning. And one of the stories I heard when she was behind bars is that it was so cold that her locks froze up. Like, they would make her take a shower, but then after the shower, or maybe they didn't make her, maybe she wanted to take a shower, but after the shower, her locks froze up. So she's rocking her new do. She's cut her hair, and she's rocking a new do. And we all saw it at the NAACP Awards. All right. Next up, our Fisk University girls. Now, Fisk University gymnastics team makes history. They're the first ever all black gymnastics team from an HBCU to win a national championship. These young women are beautiful, they're talented, and they are strong. Some of these ladies spoke very highly of making this kind of history and the importance of showing the younger girls that they can do it too. So, congratulations to our Fisk ladies. And if you saw any of the video, you saw those ladies out there doing their thing, they look amazing. And, big ups to the school, big ups to the girls. And, they worked really hard. And there are girls who left other colleges to come here to be a part of this first ever all black female gymnastics team. And they came there and they did exactly what they planned to do, which was win a national championship. And they didn't get there by themselves. They did work hard. But let's talk about their coach. All right, Miss Akani, I'm sorry, Coach Corinne Tarver and she's from the University of Georgia. And she made her own history 34 years ago when she became the first black gymnast to win the NCAA all around title in gymnastics. I think this lady knows what she's doing. Corinne, she's been exactly where these girls are. And I think that's what makes her a phenomenal coach. She's been there. She can tell them things that has happened to her. Uh, ways that other people just can't. I know you see coaches doing stuff and you'll say, "How do they coach that and they never even played it?" Well, that's not Corinne Tarver. She did play the game and she did win. So I think she's a perfect coach and she's done a phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal job. And we want to say big ups to her for making her history as being that coach to have that all black female gymnastics team to win the first NAAC. I'm sorry, not the NAACP, but the NCAA. And this is her with her UGA uniform on back in the day when she won. And, like I said, great job. Great job. Aaron Johnson, gold medal. Now, Aaron, at the 2022 Olympics in Beijing, Aaron Johnson became the first Black woman to win an Olympic gold medal in speed skating with her time of 37.4 in the 500. Now, if you've been watching the Olympics as long as I have, speed skating was not something that you ever saw black people even in. Black men, women, period. Speed ice skating, it just didn't happen. So for Erin to become that first woman to go ahead and break this title and be that woman and make her history in 2022 in Beijing, I think that was a really, really phenomenal thing. She looked really good doing it. This girl is fast and she knows her stuff. And she was out there and she was killing it. And she did a great job. And in Beijing, of course, we didn't know if that Olympics was going to happen, another one of those. But there she is repping our flag and look at her. Oh, she looks awesome. And as I said, if you've been watching the Olympics as long as I have, something like this is not something that black people even did. Also, Elisa Liu, she also made her history this year. At age 14, became the first woman to land a quadruple lutz and a triple axel in the same program. From Greensboro, North Carolina, we hear from her, 14-year-old, and again, that was something else. Now, my video is moving a little faster than I needed to. Here we go. Now, did you know that there was, and let me see if I can, let me pause it. Did you know that we had our very first, after I jumped right through, Elisa, Elisa Lou, 14 years old, she made her history. But we had our very first all female, all black flight team who flew. And I didn't know about this either. This was another one of those things that kind of got by me until I found it. Um, this all female crew operated an American Airlines flight from Dallas to Phoenix in honor of Bessie Coleman. Now, Bessie Coleman was the first black woman to ever get her pilot license in 1921. So this crew, I mean, the whole crew, all everybody that worked on the crew was a woman and was black in honor of Bessie Coleman. And I thought that's just really, really awesome. And they were proud to do it. And they had a special guest on the flight as well, which was her granddaughter. Like I said, this was in 1921 when she got her, flight license. But her granddaughter, who's still alive, was the special guest on this flight to help celebrate this very, very admirable day. And kudos to American Airlines for making that happen. Um, and there's Miss Bessie right there. Bessie Coleman. She was cute. She was a cutie too. Look at her. She was bad. The very first African American woman. All right, moving on. All right, we're going to talk about Miss Alyssa here in a minute. Uh, as you can see, Alyssa Nakin, I'm hoping I'm saying it right, or Nakin. Uh, she took over first base and becoming the first woman to coach on the field in a major league baseball game. And she made history. That first of all, we all know that there hasn't been a lot of women coaches in major league anything. But she took over the first base coaching job and became the first woman ever to coach in a major league baseball game. And she's a girl after my own heart. Anybody who knew me growing up in New Jersey, I was a baseball player, baseball, softball player, whichever one you want to call it. That was my sport. So to see a woman now in a major league position as a coach, even, is just really awesome. That's just really awesome to see. And again, she's a cutie too. These beautiful women are doing their thing. They are really, 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 really doing it, and that's her out there on the field. All right, we're going to take our next break real quick here, before we go on to the next the next set of information. We'll be right back.
Hello, guys. My name is Gloria. I am an instructor at LA Fitness Atlantic Station. I teach Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and on Saturdays we hike. We go to a different location. Our classes are 5:45 at Atlantic Station. There's kickboxing, there's body work, there's power circuit, everything you can imagine. And then we hike. We hike Kennesaw, Stone Mountain, the Palisades. We go everywhere. Come out and join us. Find out what your mission is and have fun while you do it. You can find me on Facebook, Gloria Jackson, and I want you to have fun while you get fit. Come join me.
Yes, that's my girl, Miss Gloria Jackson. Miss Gloria Jackson, as she says, she is a fitness trainer over at LA Fitness Life at LA Fitness here in Georgia. And I tell everybody all the time, if you are serious, if you're in Georgia and you're fit and you're really serious about fitness, you've got to go see Miss Gloria Jackson because when I tell you, she's something else. And her classes are fun, they're energetic, and she's dancing and exercising. She just puts it all together. But you go, Gloria, do your thing, girl. All right, we're gonna talk about Miss Zara Rutherford. Zara became, I mean, she made history as well. And her Zara, 19-year-old woman who flew a plane around the world. That's the history that she made in 2020 2022. Look at her. She's young, again, young, beautiful woman making history, and she flew her plane around the world. Amy Schneider. Amy is the winningest woman. Uh, Look at her on Jeopardy. She became the winningest woman on Jeopardy, and Amy did her thing. And if you've ever watched Jeopardy, it's pretty fun. But you go, Amy. She made her history playing Jeopardy. Nicole Mann, another bad chick. Nicole Mann is an astronaut. Nicole, from the International Space Station, she went into space and she was the first Native American female okay, in space. Um, and she was overwhelmed with the beauty of the earth. She said Mother Earth was channeling positive energy as she flew over, and she made history doing so herself. Um, that's awesome. And she's another beauty, just another really beautiful woman doing her thing and as an astronaut and in the space with the crew. Very good. That's awesome. That's awesome. Awesome. Nicole, uh, Miss Astronaut Nicole. Another, like I said, another one of my bad chicks doing her thing. Um, these women this year, I want to say 2022 and 2023, just reading about these women, their different ages and the different skill sets, and finding out all of these different ways that history was being made this year with this group of women was pretty awesome. Was pretty awesome. Um, just watching and like I said, and doing my research and reading about it and finding out uh, what was going on and who was out there making history. So, in celebrating Women's History Month, that is exactly what I wanted to talk about in the beginning of tonight's show. Now we all know that it's time for Sweet 16. There's a lot going on in the Sweet 16. It's already started. I don't know about your brackets, but my brackets are already done. My brackets are done already. Um, I have a tendency of rooting for the underdog. I know that's not a winning thing to do. Not if you someone told me, not if you really want to make money. You better not be doing that. But my brackets are gone because I do. I tend to root for the underdog. Um, I just I really do like to see people win, but I like to see people who come from behind and make and make an impact. I just how they say some people say I don't like it when it's too easy. Um, but in the women's basketball, there was an incident last night that they were talking about with one of the games, and where they were saying where one of the players was taunting uh, another player, taunting the players all throughout the games, and and got away with it. And she was doing the "you can't see me" finger gesture. It was she was saying you can't do the finger gesture, and and then what happened? She did it all through the game. She was doing all different things, but at the end of the game, when the other team won, they did it back at her. And then they wanna make a big deal of it. But she was allowed to go on and do it, throughout the game. Um, I just I wanna say that, you know, if something was should have been said, it should have been said while it was going on, while it was happening. Um, but you don't wait until after the game and, uh, and then now you wanna say something about it. It was LSU against Iowa. And I'm not gonna say the 2 ladies' names, but it was LSU against Iowa, and, Iowa, when the team was winning and when the young lady was making the "you can't see me" gestures and, tapping her ring finger like just saying, like, how they gonna win it, but then when LSU won, and then one of the girls did it back at her, then all of a sudden it was a big deal. Oh no, you can't do that. That's taunting. Well, she had been doing it through the whole game and nobody said anything. It wasn't taunting then. So how does it become taunting after the game is over or when they start losing? But when they were winning, nobody saw it. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Uh, you know, can't see me. You know, it, Angel Reese, girl, uh, come on. Caitlin Clark, you can't see me. You know what was going on. It was going on all through the game. And if you don't want to get on one person for doing it, you can't get on the other one. It was going on all through the game, as I said. And you know, listen, taunting, oh well. I mean, I like a good game. You know, it was LSU 102 and Iowa's 85 in the final. And so LSU won the game. And, you know, you have to play fair. Just play fair. If you're going to complain about one person doing it, complain about the other one doing it too. Or don't complain at all. You know what I'm saying? Hey, check out my ring, or check out my ring, whatever the gesture was. To me, that's not bad taunting, you know? Yeah, I think they all do want a ring. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We're gonna move on to another round, of you know the final. Well, I'm not even the final four yet. The Sweet 16. It's always real good. A lot of people like college more than they like pro, and then the pros we're getting ready to go into. We're starting a playoff season. We're moving into that. Well, not playoffs, but some of these teams in the NBA, there's just been so much moving around with these players, just moving around, doing all kind of stuff. One minute you think you got a dynasty team over here, and then the next minute you don't. And next thing you know, the whole dynasty's broke up, and they're just all over the place. That's kind of what I saw in the NBA. In the NFL, of course, we're getting ready for the NFL draft. I watch the NFL draft every year. I love the NFL draft. I love to hear the stories. I love to hear the guys talk about how they made it, how they got to where they're going, and what they did and what they went through. I love it. That's like my favorite part when someone is selected and they go back and they play a video. And I remember one year, and I'm sorry, I don't remember the player's name, but, he told a story about how he and his family had ended up in a homeless shelter. So on the night of, the draft, he and his family, who are now doing better, went back to the homeless shelter and brought food and hung out and watched the, draft there because they know that that's from where they came, and I that was one of the stories that really touched my heart, and I thought was just so, so awesome. I have a young athlete in my family, and I look forward to the day that he possibly gets drafted, especially when he plays football. He likes all sports, but he plays football. But I always encourage him to watch because he needs to see where some of these guys came from, how they got to being in the NFL. And some of them talk about the hard work. Most of them talk about the hard work. And that's the main thing I want my grandson to take away from that is these guys don't no one talk about how easy it was to get there. It was the hard work that got them there. And I want to send that message out to all the young athletes out there. It is the hard work that gets you there. The hard work is what gets you there, not, the easy route. And we talk about a lot of different things. We talk about vitamins, we talk about health, we're talking about building his body, keeping it strong. And men, we always talk about men. Men don't take vitamins a lot. And then they don't eat right on top of that. So they don't take vitamins a lot, and then on top of that, they don't eat right. So that's two problems in one. So I was explaining to him the importance of taking vitamins to make sure he replenishes. Getting out there every week in basketball, oh my God, every other day baseball is a lot. They have a very rigorous season, basketball and baseball. Football, it's once a week. However, that once a week, sometimes you need the whole week to recover. We know that just from watching the games. But in baseball and basketball, it's almost every other day. They're out there, they're playing, they're running, they're burning calories, they're burning up everything. So you gotta replenish. You gotta replenish. Everyone talks about water, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Well, water don't do it by itself. You know, the water ain't gonna fix everything. Yes, you want to keep hydrated, but you also want to definitely keep some vitamins in. You keep rebuilding, rebuilding your blood system, your muscles, and rebuilding everything. And that's really important. And I was having that conversation just earlier this week with my grandson about replenishing that body, making sure you are definitely taking some vitamins. And again, you know, us grown folks, I would say as old people, but people get mad when you say old. Us grown folks, we we take vitamins. We eat green stuff because green things help that body out. Now we know meat is lean and you get a lot of vitamins, but that green leafy stuff, That's the stuff that kinda go through your system, it helps your stomach out, helps your blood out, just different things like that. So you gotta eat those green leafy hopefully I'll get a nutritionist on here to break it down better than me, just like this is like coming from grandma. Eat your greens, eat you some green stuff, get you some green juice, take some vitamins, and take care of your inside of your body. We all know these guys, they work out, work, build muscle, build muscle. What about the muscles on the inside? Did you know your heart was a muscle? Your heart is one big muscle that is working all all day and even all night. But in order for that muscle to get a break, that's your 8 hours of sleep. Did you know that? In order for your heart muscle to get a break, imagine that this is your muscle and you've got a weight on your arm all day while you're running around. You've got that weight, you got that weight, and you're running around and you're doing everything. Your arm's gonna get tired, right? Well, your heart gets tired from all day, all the running around, just going to work, going to school, picking up the kids, making dinner, clean the house. Your heart is working. And in order to give that muscle a break, is when you sleep. So, getting enough sleep is very important because that's the opportunity that your heart needs to get the break that it needs. Now I'm preaching to the choir right here. I don't get enough sleep. I try, but everybody, including my mama and everybody else, tends to wake me up when I want to sleep. When my body says, "Okay, it's time to go to sleep," I'm like, "Oh, I'm just gonna get me a good nap." And all of a sudden, somebody's calling me. I'm like, "Oh, you messed up my nap. I needed that." But I just want to tell you, get you some sleep. Give that muscle, that heart muscle, give that muscle a break. Get you some sleep. Get you some greens. Let's keep watching the Sweet 16. And like I said, my brackets are done. I hope someone else is doing better than mine. Looking forward to the NFL draft. I love to see those players. Want to see who's going to be coming out this year. And in the NBA, we know it's a lot of history, not women's history, but LeBron made history this year. The Beard made history. Um, James Harden. So the NBA is doing this thing, and I love to see Magic. Oh, and I've got to say, get well to the big guy, Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal, we know underwent hip surgery, and Shaquille, honey, I know you big cat daddy, big Shaq, daddy, big everything. But guess what? Take it easy. You got to take it easy, Shaq. That's a whole lot of work for that poor little hip. It's a whole lot of work carrying all of you around. Take it easy. Take it easy. Get well soon. We miss you. We miss seeing you. We miss seeing the camaraderie between you and Charles Barkley. That's always very entertaining. And we love you. We want you to be well soon. And I'm glad you got it done. And I'm pretty sure that once you finish healing, you'll be glad you got it done because you're going to feel a lot better. Just everyday stuff is going to feel really, really good. And again, this is one of those things that the years that he played basketball and the pounding up and down the pavement, up and down the court, for all those seasons and all those hours and hours of practices and playing takes a toll on the body. And again, as I was saying, you got to take those vitamins. And now he's got to take vitamins too to get that hip well and get his stuff back up and going. But he looks good. He looks like he's bouncing back really, really quick. We've been paying attention and watching his recovery, and we're happy. We're happy for you, Shaquille. We hope that you recover soon. And I'm still waiting for my invitation uh, to the yacht. I'm talking about the boat yacht, in case anybody else out there got any other yacht. I'm talking about the boat, the yacht. Yeah, I'm waiting for my invitation. I want to go hang out on the yacht and go chill and have a good time. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, you have been watching Ladies in the Locker Room. I thank you so much for joining me and join me each week. And if you have any family members who know sports and want to talk sports, I'd love to have them on my show. Um, any past, present athletes, tell them to come on down and come on and hang out with me so that I can have them on the show and we can see what they got going on. Until next time, This has been Ladies in the Locker Room. We will see you next week where we're going to jump back into everything else. This has been our Women's History Month show, and these women has really made some history. And I hope that you enjoyed it. And don't forget, send me a message, ladies in the locker room at gmail.com. Ladies, LADIES, in the locker room at gmail.com. And we'll see you next week.